gorgeous! Happy Frugal Friday to you. I hope that you're doing great. Such a joy to see you. I'm gonna catch you up on some makeup that I have been trying, some stuff that I haven't tried. I have a couple of products I want to rave about, but then also a couple duds. So we're just gonna do like a chatty get ready with me today. All right, I'm gonna start with the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer and apply that onto my eyes. I saw a couple questions asking why I wasn't filming in the studio anymore. And I don't know, I think I'm gravitating to the natural light more now. And I'm liking filming in the natural light. I don't have to do as much color correction and post. It saves me time a little bit. And I mean, I like it better. I feel like it shows the makeup better on camera, and I think a couple of you were saying the same thing, that you liked the natural light for a change. Just something different, you know? I mean, it gets kind of boring to film in the same space all the time, every time. Also on my face, I'm going to apply the NYX Blur Sunscreen. This has an SPF of 30 in it. It's a primer and a sunscreen in one. I got a setting spray to rave about, let me tell you. I'll talk about it in a few minutes, but I wore it to the park the other day. It was like 88 degrees out, you know, and nothing moved. It was awesome. Okay, I can't keep it a secret from you. It's this one, the Milani Make It Last Original Natural Finish Setting Spray. It says up to 24-hour wear. Ha! You ain't kidding. I mean, I must have had my makeup on that day for at least 16 hours, and I could not believe how locked in everything was. So I would highly recommend this setting spray if you're looking for a really good one at an affordable price. For my eyes today, I'm gonna go with the Alter Ego Coastal palette. I haven't used this one in a while, and I thought it might be nice to do something a little different. Zoom. Hello. All right, we're gonna apply a base color first. This is Wet n Wild's Brulee. Thinking I'm gonna start with this shade right here called Shallow. Take a very small amount of it and then sweep that into the crease. I know everybody's out here doing fall looks, and here I am using a beach palette. Trust me, no one is more excited for fall weather than me. We're getting ready to leave to Kentucky, and I'm here hoping that the weather would shift just a little bit. I'm like, can we just get a little bit of that crisp fall weather? And then I look at the forecast and it's like 86, 85, 84, and I'm like, no, no, no. But at night it falls down to 60s, and I believe it's gonna be in the 50s one day. And the place where we're staying at has a wonderful little fire pit. So I am excited to be able to light a fire and enjoy that cool air at night. Oh, I'm liking this. This is really pretty. I'm gonna blend out the edges. I'm gonna take Jellyfish next and apply that onto the inner half of the lid here. And last shade I'll take is this deep brown. I think it's called Cocoa. I'm not using too much of it. I'm going to apply this to the outer third of the lid. Mom life. If you only knew behind the scenes how many interruptions go on when I'm filming these videos. My goodness gracious. Okay, I really love how that came together. I think what I'm going to do is apply some kind of a brown eyeliner on the lash line. Not really eyeliner per se, but I'm gonna go back with that same Cocoa shade and use that with an angled brush to line the upper lash line. Wanted to give you an update, by the way. I had talked about this product in last week's video, and I told you I would let you know how I liked it. This is the CoverGirl Clean Eyeshadow Stick in the shade Bronze Glow, and it's just, you know, very simple eyeshadow color that you put all over the lid. You know, I applied it over the top of primer, which I typically don't have a problem with, but this one still sweated through, and it moved around, it didn't stay put, it creased, it just did not wear well at all. So I wasn't too thrilled with that one, and I think I was inside for a majority of the day that I wore that. I think I took the kids to an indoor playground actually that day. So there was no real reason for it to fall apart. So I wouldn't recommend it. Oh my goodness, I have a dark brow. I gotta go blend that in. If this ever happens to you, by the way, you just apply too much of one of the brow pens, just take a spoolie and brush through your brows, and it will fade it out so it's not so strong. I think I had shared that I've really been loving individual lashes individual lashes. So that's what I'm going to be applying today also. I've been loving the Kiss new natural ones that they've come out with. So I'll have those linked for you below if you like the effect that they give. They're really pretty. So that's what the tray looks like up close. They have short and medium. So I will take one short, put it on the inner corner, and then I'll take about 2 mediums and put one in the center and then one on the outer. Sometimes I have to add an extra one, not always, but that's how I do it. And so that's what it looks like with just 3 of the individual clusters added. It's easy, I like it, and that's what I've been doing. Now, Pixie sent me these lip balms recently. They have 3 here that I'll share with you. The first one is clear. There's just like nothing to it. It's just a traditional lip balm. And the next 2, the first one here is in Nectar. So I'll show you that one up close. And it's not major tint. It's just like a small hint of color. I think it's really beautiful. And then this one is in the shade Passion. So I'll share that one with you too. I really like the Passion one. They're so pretty, just pretty simplistic light washes of color. The last video I made, I talked about the CoverGirl Clean Invisible Foundation. This was in the shade Porcelain, and I'm really enjoying this. It's got a skin-like finish to it, so it's not high coverage, it's not medium coverage, it's very light coverage, and it allows your skin to show through, which I really appreciate. And it wears really well. I mean, I was very impressed with how it wore on my skin. I didn't get any of those weird blotchy patches with it. You know how some foundations can do that? I didn't get that with this. But it still allows my freckles to show through. And that's the beauty of natural light, is that you can still see what it does here. It's pretty. Isn't it so funny how when we're younger, we try to cover up our freckles and the things that make us unique and different, and then we get older and we're like, oh, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna embrace it. And I love it, you know, it's so funny to me how we change over time and the things that you wish you could go back and tell your younger self, you know? What would you tell your younger self if you could go back in time? Let's say to when you were 20 years old. For those of you who are 20, just ignore this question. But if you could go back and tell your 20-year-old self something, what would you say to her? For my under eyes today, I'm going to use the Pixie CC Crayon Bye Bye Under Eye. This is a color corrector. I think for me, I would go back and tell my 20-year-old self not to put so much stock into what people think about you. Don't worry about what people say about you, because you're not going to be able to please everyone. I'm learning that in my life, that, you know what? There's going to be people that don't like you. There's going to be people that want you to do this and that. But you know what? Even if you did those things, they still wouldn't like you. They just want to control, dominate, intimidate. That's what they want to do. That's their end goal game. So I've just learned to be myself, be who God made me to be. And if somebody doesn't like it, then there's nothing that I can do about that. And so that's what I would tell my 20-year-old self. Be who you are to be. Be unique. That did a great job, by the way, of covering up those circles. I'm really impressed by that. I'm taking the Neutrogena Radiant Creamy Concealer to cover that right now. But yeah, be you, because there's only one you. There's nobody else like you. And maybe the world needs someone like you. Trust me, take it from somebody who is analyzed, criticized, picked apart all the time. Oh my gosh. I just don't care anymore. Shouldn't even be worried about man's opinion anyway. You should be worried about God's opinion. I'm just going to be personally frank with you because his opinion is the only one that matters. I'm going to finish things up here with the Physicians Formula Butter Dream Team palette. I'm going to use a mixture of this blush and this right here on the cheeks before I get another interruption. Let's see if I can finish this before I get another interruption. Yep. Nope, not going to happen. Okay, and then I'm going to finish everything off with my favorite lipstick ever, Maybelline's Born With It. I'll just slap that little booger on. Gonna set it. Okay, I'm really loving this, and it's inspiring me to come out of my neutral rut. I think I want to wear more color like this because I really, really love how the eyes came out. It's just so soft and feminine. And if you're interested in anything I used, everything will be listed and linked right below in the description box. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me and spending time with me today. I don't know if I'll have a video up next week. I might with the trip and everything else, we'll see. But at any rate, I hope you have a beautifully blessed weekend ahead. I speak love, peace, and joy into you and into your home, and I'll see you again very soon.